255. Then we'll end and we'll do a copy run start on that. If we do a show run, it should show everything set up here. So we got excluded here, DHCP pool there. We have our node IP domain lookup, fast Ethernet setup, serial setup with the clock rate, and there's our OSPF wildcard there, and also our IP route. We got each one of our ports with the password on it. That covers that router. Now we got to do the same thing for router 2 here. So we're going to type in the router, OSPF 1. And then we're going to do the network 10.10.0.0, and then our wildcard, which is 0.0.127.255 area 0, and then network 10.10.192.0 and 0.0.0.3 area 0 for our wildcard there. And our last one, which is 10.10.128.0. Let's try this again. .128.0 with wildcard to 0.0.63.255 area 0. We're going to end and do copy run start. Then everything's set. We'll do another show run in here. We'll see that everything's set up on our router. Our actual password was encrypted. So password's encrypted, and we have excluded addresses here for our DHCP and also our DHCP pool with our DNS server set up and default gateway right there. And then no IP domain lookup as we were doing the configurations. And then basically see there's our description where we want to make a description about it, which makes life a lot easier if you do work on a big network. And then our IP address. And this one, we couldn't set the clock rate because it already had the clock rate set on the other router, so it wouldn't let us do it. And then our wildcard right here, the OSPF, we got that all set up. And we got our IP route for our packets to forward for our default route. And then we do have our auxiliary parts and variable teletype all set up right here, and the console all secured. So now we're going to go ahead and set up the VLAN on our switch. So we'll enable our switch, and we can call this basically, we could put a host name on it if we want. We'll call it switch 2, since I'm doing the network on the right. So now we know it's switch 2, and we're going to go into interface VLAN 1, and in here we're going to put our IP address that we have on our list. So the IP address will be 10.10.128.3 with the subnet mask of 255.255.192.0. Then we'll do no shut, and that'll save it, and do end, and then we'll do our copy, run, start. And that's all set there for at least switch number 2. And let's do the same thing as switch number 1. Got to do enable, conf t, and we could do this as hostname switch 1, and then the interface of VLAN 1, and the IP address on this one is going to be 10.10.0.3. The subnet mask of 255.255.128.0. Do no shut. Oh, no shut. Do end. Then we'll do copy, run, start. And there we go on that one. So that's all saved. And now let's go ahead and set up our DHCP on each one of our PCs here. I'll start with the first one here. And see, it'll automatically put the values in since we configured all that in the router. Go ahead and do it in this one. See, they put in the IP addresses and everything for us since it's DHCP. There we go. So we got 10.10.191.1 and 10.10.191.0. So if we're on our switch here, we can go ping 10.10.191.0. This will help create our ARP table. And the first packet will always fail, so you will see 80% quite a bit when you first set it up. And then once it creates the ARP table, that's why you see the 80% that's successful, because the first one created the ARP table. Alright, so we ended up, if I do show ARP, you'll see that our two computers right here now have a table to them. So if someone tries to send a packet, it'll go through to those computers. Now let's go ahead and go on this switch here, and we'll go ahead and ping our computer here. So go to fast Ethernet 0/0, so it's 127.0, and it should be 127.1. So ping 10.10.127.0. You see 80%, just like we did over there. See, once the ARP table is created, I'll do show ARP on this one. Then we should be good. And if we ping them again, you'll notice that it'll be 100% because the ARP table is already created. So we're all set here. Now we can actually test out our network. And I did notice earlier that I put the wrong DHCP range for the notes. I actually put the other networks over here. So yeah, it should be 191. So now we'll go ahead and we'll ping across our network. It's one of the best tools you can use. 10.10.191.0. So we're going to ping from our computer here all the way over. And we'll see if it actually gets through, which it did get one dropped because it's creating an ARP table along the way. Alright. See, we can actually help all of our tables, and we'll have the same effect happen on the next one too. Alright, let's go ahead and ping back. See, I got the DHCP range right there. So it's 10.10.127.0. And see, since we already created the ARP tables, it's successful the other way. And then everything's set on our wildcard network here. From beginning to scratch, all command prompt, we secured our password, and we actually encrypted our password and everything like that. So there's our network.